Welcome to this video on the Zenwara channel. My name is Sri Satguru, Buddha Rawa Bhagwan. In today's video we will talk about the importance of the Guru, or the Satguru, to be initiated into a Parampara. Okay. So as you may be aware, there comes a time in someone's life, when they may wish to be initiated into a parampara, to a yoga parampara. And there are different yoga paramparas. A parampara is a collection of strings, okay, essentially, which exist at the level where the paramparas exist, okay. It is a connection, network, and system that connects different windows of different beings or different deities, okay, and basically allows a practitioner, once they join the parampara, right, to fall under the protection of the deities that the parampara is connected to, right? It allows them to make that connection with those deities of the parampara, right? So it allows them to get the lineage, to fall within the lineage of the parampara, right? And essentially from their benefit from the protection and the blessing of the parampara, right? And so in that way, the practitioner that joins a parampara gets a place assigned on the strings of the parampara, and depending on their growth and how they are promoted or demoted within that parampara, based on their accomplishments and conduct, right? So basically, do they take actions that are within parampara, or do they take more and more actions that are outside of parampara, right? So the practitioner that joins a parampara gains immortality within the parampara, right, within the lineage of the parampara. So the paramparas exist as strings, right, and collections of strings, and practitioners exist on a specific place on those strings, right, and those strings knot together with bigger paramparas, and these strings connect to windows, and visualize a dark space with windows existing, and the strings connect to those windows with a flower. So the flower hatches on to the window of the deity of the parampara, and then the parampara is connected to that window of that deity. And there are different paramparas, and a parampara needs to be established by a Satguru, as the Satguru is the one who has the ability to create that parampara by making that connection with the different deities of the parampara and establishing a parampara and connecting it to specific deities. And as such, you have specific deities that become the deities of the parampara. So this video today, in today's video, we're going to talk about how to get connected to a parampara. You know, for those who are interested in becoming part of a parampara, right? And getting the blessings of being a part of that parampara, but also falling under the responsibilities of conduct of that parampara, right? And basically accepting the tradition and the culture of that parampara. Okay. So there are different paramparas, and some of them are connected to more windows, basically. So you have different paramparas of different sizes, right? You can have different paramparas, and the paramparas grow, right? And the Sadguru establishes the parampara, right? And then the gurus of the parampara initiate and basically initiate people into the parampara, right? And basically from there pass on that lineage of the parampara to the practitioners of the parampara. Okay. So do you need a guru to be initiated into a parampara? Well, you need a Satguru to create a parampara, and you need the Satguru to maintain the parampara, right? The Satguru stays as the maintainer of the parampara, right? And the one who has authority over the parampara, right? So do you need a guru to be initiated, or the Satguru to initiate you directly into the Parampara? And the answer, okay, is that technically you can be initiated in different ways. Okay, there are different ways. So do you need to be physically in front of the guru, physically in front of the Satguru to be initiated? And the answer is that you don't, right? But you need that connection with the Satguru or the guru to be initiated, and that connection can be done through different forms. It can be done through the form of a video, for example, like this on YouTube, for example, if that is happening in a specific video. Or you can have it also through the form, for example, in different times, other forms were used, for example, such as verbal tradition, okay, and that would have been done, before the time of communication devices through technology in different ways. But you can also do it through other devices of technology, including writing, right? So you can actually initiate someone through your writings, right? If that's put into a specific writing, right? So in a previous video on this channel here, I talked about how Yahweh, the God, found the Rawa Parampara when he was a human walking the earth, right? And got initiated through teachings, through initiation in a book, right? And basically through that book became initiated into the Parampara. So you see that there's also the concept of initiation through writing, or initiation through recording, right? Through that process. So in that way, you can definitely become part of a Parampara, right? Through initiation, through different means, right? It's not directly through, for example, the guru tapping your head or anything like that, or doing a little ceremony for you. It's through basically the will of the Satguru, of the guru, basically puts that initiation out there, and for whoever accesses that initiation and finds it, right? So the initiation exists, right? And it is for the practitioner to find that initiation, right? And to be initiated into the Parampara that is theirs, right? Depending on where they are physically located, right? And what sector of the system they're in, basically. And the Paramparas that exist locally. And there are different Paramparas that exist in different places, right? Or basically where the knowledge of them and the initiations into them are basically located in specific places. So now there are different ways of being initiated into a Parampara. So you can be initiated, for example, through a video, through writings, through a text, right? Through that intent of initiation of the Guru, of the Satguru. So although you might not technically need to be physically in front of the Guru or the Satguru to be initiated into the Parampara, right? You can get it through their means, or their works that they put out there, right? Which is another way of, for example, being initiated through speech, right? Also writing is a different technology, and it does communicate the initiation into the Parampara. So you can be initiated in that way. When it comes to a Parampara, traditionally you must search out that initiation and commit to that initiation. Commit to that Parampara, right? You have to show that commitment, and that commitment towards seeking will bring that Parampara of the Satguru to you at that time, will in that way bring the Satguru to you in that time, as the Satguru exists within the Parampara. So by joining the Parampara, you find your Satguru, and in some cases you can directly be initiated by the Satguru into the Parampara, and in other cases, by a Guru of the Parampara. So in that way. So you can be initiated in different ways into the Parampara. So in that way, the Satguru is essential to the Parampara, as the Guru is essential to the Parampara, because there's some things also to understand, that there are different levels of initiation, right? Different levels which can lead to different results and different growth, right? And there is also the concept of the master that guides the apprentice, right? So in some forms you can be initiated into the Parampara, but in some other ways, if you get direct guidance from the master, if the master takes you on as an apprentice, as a disciple, you know. And there are different paramparas and different applications of that. In the Vara Parampara, there is the master, the journeyman, and the apprentice, right? And the apprentice begins on the journey of the Vara Parampara and joins the Parampara and is loved by the Parampara. And basically the journeyman is the evolution of the apprentice into the enlightened one, into the enlightened form. And then basically the master is the evolution of the journeyman into the enlightened master, right? And the form that takes, right? So in the Vara Parampara is the Parampara of the gods, right? It's the Parampara that leads to the transformation, okay, of the Deva, right, into the Devata, into the shining being, into the God, right, into the God, into the enlightened function that they represent within the system, right? Basically, it is the evolution of their spiritual journey into its final phases, and there is no final phase, but into its more advanced, developed phases, right? So when the practitioner is ready, the practitioner finds the Vara Parampara and develops into a god as they grow spiritually in the system. And the other paramparas exist as well, and all the other paramparas come from the Vara Parampara, which is the Adi Parampara, which established the initial connections to all the windows, which allows the other paramparas to establish and develop themselves within the realm where the paramparas exist. So in this way, the Vara Parampara is the Adi Parampara, the Parampara of the Adi Guru, right? The Adi Guru Shiva, right? Who brought the paramparas and the parampara knowledge. In this way, one does not need the Guru to initiate them in a specific ceremony in person, but one needs to be initiated into the parampara, to be part of the parampara. And that initiation comes from the Satguru, or comes from the Guru. The transference of lineage, the acceptance of the practitioner into the parampara. And also, I will say that with the Guru or with the Satguru, the experience is much more wonderful and amazing for the practitioner, for the sadhaka, for the one who joins the parampara, because with that increased and attentive, you know, that giving of time of the Guru or the Satguru to the disciple, right? With that comes a wonderful experience of the tradition also being communicated, right? The tradition of the parampara, right? The tradition of, for example, in the Vara lineage, the Vara culture, right? So in that way, one can experience different levels of initiation into the parampara and different experiences of initiation, right? So in that way, one can seek to join the parampara, to be a part of the parampara, but there are traditional ways to do so, and that is part of the experience and part of the growth. Because there are some things that come from the Guru-Shesha relationship, not only from past teachings or past initiation by the Satguru or the Guru. In this way, we must leave ourselves open space for the relationship between the Satguru and the Shesha. In that way, we must leave a possibility to be amazed. Thank you for listening to this video on the Zen Vara channel.